At the end of this past school year, police recovered guns from students on back-to-back days at the same Charles County, Maryland high school. Nobody was hurt, thankfully, but those incidents got our I-team looking into security within the district.
And that led to tonight's story. It turns out the man who helps Charles County schools evaluate security companies that sell things like AI weapons detection systems to the district also has a complicated relationship with those same companies selling that equipment. Here's 7 News I-team investigator John Barr.
2 guns were found within 2 days at St. Charles High School.
In late April, after police found 2 students with guns at St. Charles High School in a single 24-hour period, Superintendent Maria Navarro acted quickly. She sent Charles County commissioners an urgent request for funding to specifically target immediate school safety and security initiatives. $300,000 for an expanded mobile weapons detection system. $80,000 to expand the district's AI weapons detection platform.
So we have currently a contract with OmniAlert for gun detection that we've had since 2023.
Jason Stoddard runs security for Charles County Public Schools.
The system works as advertised. We know it works, but it works outside. We're going to see how it works inside.
Stoddard, it turns out, has a complex relationship with OmniAlert, the Leesburg, Virginia-based AI weapons detection company his school district will now use more extensively.
My name is Jason Stoddard. I am the Director of School Safety and Security for the Charles County Public Schools.
That's Stoddard speaking in February 2024 at the National Conference of the American Association of School Administrators.
School safety has become a priority. It always is a priority, but it's become a real priority now.
Stoddard was invited to the conference by the man at the podium, Ara Bogdasarian, the president of Zero Now, a nonprofit that brings together people in the school security space. In a January 2024 email exchange obtained by the security research organization IPVM, Bogdasarian invited Stoddard to fly to San Diego to take part in a panel discussion. At one point, Stoddard asked, "Is Zero Now covering any travel expenses for my attendance?" Bogdasarian replied, "We will cover your flight and hotel, 2 nights, expenses." But Bogdasarian is also a co-founder of OmniAlert, the AI weapons detection company that does business in Charles County schools. Some people might look at that and say, is it appropriate for a security company to be paying for the trip of a school administrator and a security director when they're then doing business in those schools?
So in that particular case, that was a number of years ago. That trip was paid for by Zero Now, the nonprofit.
But the nonprofit that's run by the guy who co-founded OmniAlert.
Okay.
Does that strike you as a conflict?
I don't believe so, no.
Do you see that as a conflict of interest, taking a paid trip like that?
There certainly could be conflict of interest questions raised.
Ken Trump is president of National School Safety and Security Services and serves as a security consultant.
We're seeing vendors' tentacles into so-called nonprofit organizations as an extension of their for-profit business companies.
The I-team asked Ara Bogdasarian about his company's and his nonprofit's relationship with Stoddard. He told us, covering a panelist's expenses is standard practice and not unique to Mr. Stoddard. And he, meaning Stoddard, receives no compensation from Zero Now. And Zero Now keeps real guardrails in place to detect and protect against even the perception of impropriety.
There was nothing being sold. We were at a booth. We were talking about school safety and school security to other superintendents from across the United States.
But Stoddard also has a relationship with Zero Now through the nonprofit he runs. He serves as president of the National Council of School Safety Directors, an organization that spun off of Zero Now. Among those on the National Council's board of directors, Ara Bogdasarian. Stoddard doesn't draw any salary from the nonprofit, according to tax documents reviewed by the I-team. But the National Council of School Safety Directors lists several financial partners, a list that includes security companies like OmniAlert. There's obviously a financial relationship between OmniAlert and the National Council for School Security Directors in the sense that they're one of your sponsors. There's also...
They're one of our partners.
Okay, well, do you get money from them?
We get money from a number of different partners.
OmniAlert has had issues in the past.
Where does this call come from?
It's the OmniAlert.
In October 2025, an OmniAlert system misidentified a bag of nacho chips as a gun, leading Baltimore County Police to mistakenly detain a 16-year-old student.
I guess just the way you guys were eating chips, Doritos, whatever, it picked it up as a gun. AI is not the best.
And last month, a student injured in a January 2025 shooting at a Nashville high school filed a lawsuit alleging the OmniAlert system failed to detect the shooter's weapon. Within that lawsuit, a testimonial from Jason Stoddard, who, among other things, said the technology works as advertised.
Taxpayers should start asking where the independent judgment of their school leaders ends and where the marketing begins.
Charles County Schools declined to make anyone available for an on-camera interview. The district says it's aware of Stoddard's nonprofit work and his relationship with Zero Now. A spokesperson tells us Stoddard received just under $1,000 in hotel and airfare to attend that conference in San Diego. That spokesperson adding, it was determined that Stoddard's participation as a panelist at the conference and offer by Zero Now to cover airfare and hotel accommodations fell under board policy. For the 7 News I team, I'm John Barr.